Have you ever felt someone quietly slipping away from you? Not with a fight, not with harsh words, but with silence? No dramatic goodbye, no storm, just a slow, invisible withdrawal. One day, they're laughing with you. The next, their smile doesn't reach their eyes. They're still around, but they're no longer with you. Love doesn't vanish in an instant. It fades like sunlight at dusk, subtle, quiet, but certain. And before someone stops loving you, they usually do these two small, devastating things first. You may have already felt them, but didn't know what they meant. Let's talk about them, honestly and stoically. When love begins to fade, it rarely does so with a grand announcement. It's almost never loud. It's quiet, and that quiet can be more painful than any shouted goodbye. There are two things someone typically does when they begin losing love for you, and they almost always happen before the relationship actually ends. First, they emotionally distance themselves. It starts small. They respond with okay, instead of I can't wait. They used to ask how your day was. Now they say cool, and move on. They stop being curious about your life. They stop sharing theirs. It's like someone pulling the plug on a conversation, but doing it slowly, over days or weeks. You feel the difference, but you doubt yourself. Maybe they're just tired. Maybe I'm overthinking. You're not. You're witnessing the first sign of fading love, emotional absence while the body remains. Second, they begin to withhold their presence, not their physical presence necessarily, but their attention, their engagement, their warmth. They're there, but their phone matters more. They sit beside you, but feel 1,000 miles away. Moments that once felt sacred now feel routine. It's the silence between two people that used to talk about everything. It's the way they used to look at you, like you were home, and now they glance through you like glass. This isn't about blame. Often, people don't even realize they're doing it. Love, like any flame, dims if it's not fed, but when it's fading, these two signs almost always show up. And when we see them, our natural reaction is fear. What did I do? How can I fix this? We cling harder. We try to overcompensate. We beg, even if silently, for them to come back to how it was. But here's where Stoicism offers clarity. The Stoics teach us not to fear the signs, but to see them as they are. Not as punishment, but as part of the natural unfolding of life. Not as an insult to your worth, but as a reflection of someone else's journey. What someone else feels, or stops feeling, is outside of your control. But how you respond to that truth, that's where your power lives. Let me tell you a story. Not about heartbreak in a movie. A real one. A quiet one. Sarah and James had been together for 4 years. They had their routines. Morning coffee, Sunday walks, movie nights on Fridays. She could recite his laugh like a melody. And for a while, they were happy. But something changed. It started with shorter texts. He used to write long, thoughtful messages. Now, it was mostly emojis and LOL. Then came the missed calls. Then the silence during dinner. He'd sit across from her, scrolling endlessly, barely saying a word. Sarah asked, "Is something wrong?" James said, "I'm just tired lately." She believed him, because she wanted to. Weeks passed. He stopped asking about her writing, something he once loved hearing about. He didn't notice when she started sleeping on the far edge of the bed. And the "I love you" that used to come so easily became "you too," said out of habit. Sarah began to blame herself. Maybe I'm too needy. Maybe I got boring. Maybe he's going through something, and I should just be more understanding. But deep down she knew. She wasn't imagining it. She was witnessing someone falling out of love. Not in one moment, but 1,000 little ones. Eventually, James sat her down and told her the truth. "I don't feel the same anymore," he said. I just didn't know how to say it. And Sarah? She was crushed, but also strangely relieved, because the silence had been heavier than the words. And now, at least, there was clarity. Later, she would say, the hardest part wasn't losing him. It was watching him leave piece by piece, while pretending he hadn't already gone. This story isn't about blame. It's about awareness, emotional distance, and the withholding of presence. They are the quiet signals of a love that is slipping away. And seeing those signs doesn't mean you failed. It means you are awake. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny. For what could more aptly fit your needs?" It's a strange thing to say when you're dealing with heartbreak. How could this pain be something I need? But Stoicism invites us to see life not as a series of punishments and rewards, but as a pattern, a weave, a design we may not understand yet, but that fits the totality of our growth. When someone withdraws from you, when their love fades, it hurts. But Stoicism asks, is the pain in the fact, or in your resistance to it? Let's say someone leaves. The Stoic does not shout, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they say, "It is happening. Now, what will I do with this?" This doesn't mean you don't cry. It means you cry without collapsing. It means you accept the pain without letting it define you. You feel it fully, but you do not become it. Marcus reminds us, everything that happens is tailored to our journey. Even the ending of love, even the silence, even the slow fading of someone we once held close. Maybe it teaches us how to let go. Maybe it teaches us how to love more mindfully next time. Maybe it reveals what we truly value. This is not about cold detachment. It's about honest acceptance. And in that acceptance, there is freedom. Freedom from needing others to feel whole. Freedom from clinging to something that's already gone. To live stoically is not to love less, but to love with awareness, and to let go when love has served its time. Today, we live in a world of quiet exits. People don't always break up. They just fade. They stop texting, stop checking in, stop showing up emotionally, while still liking your posts on social media. We've invented terms for it: ghosting, orbiting, breadcrumbing. But no matter what you call it, the feeling is the same. Emotional abandonment without closure. This is why Stoicism is more relevant than ever. Because in an age where communication is easy but connection is rare, we need the tools to stay grounded. To not fall apart every time someone pulls away. To not measure our worth by the fading attention of another. The Stoics teach us what we can control and what we cannot. You can't control if someone loves you. You can't force them to stay. But you can control your own dignity, your own clarity, your own response. You can say, I see what's happening. I feel the pain, but I will not beg to be kept. You can choose not to chase someone who is walking away. You can choose to stand in truth instead of fantasy. And most importantly, you can choose to turn inward and grow stronger. So that next time, love doesn't feel like oxygen, but like music, beautiful, but not necessary for your survival. When you stop clinging to what's fading, something else appears. Self-respect, peace, power. This is what Stoicism prepares us for. Not a life without emotion, but a life where emotion doesn't rule you. In a world of silence and signals, be the one who listens, and lets go with grace. So now you know, before someone stops loving you, they often do two things. They pull away emotionally, and they withhold their presence. It doesn't always mean they're cruel. Sometimes, they don't know how to express their fading feelings. But the signs are real. And if you felt them, you're not crazy. You're not broken. You're just seeing the truth. And truth, while painful, is freeing. The Stoics didn't avoid heartbreak. They simply met it with courage. So if you're in that place right now, where love is fading and silence is loud, breathe. Let go of the need to fix someone else's feelings. Let go of the idea that love is only worthy if it lasts forever. Instead ask, what is this teaching me? What part of me is growing through this pain? Because sometimes, the end of one love is the beginning of loving yourself more fully. Walk forward, not bitter, not broken, but wiser. And remember, what leaves your life was never truly yours to possess. Let it go. Let it teach you. And let it set you free.